What's up, Titan fans? How we doing? Welcome back to another episode from the What's Nation, also known as the What's Up Tennessee Sports Nation. So for today's episode, what I want to do is talk about these Madden ratings for these 8 free agents pickups that we did in the last week. So let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about Van Jefferson. Look at him right there. He's got the swag. He's excited to be a Titan, right? He's got the shirt sticking out. He's got the towel, looking good in that Titan blue. But if we take a look at the stats, you'll see how he compares basically to NWI. If you played Madden, you know NWI was slow as molasses on the game, sitting there around like an 89 speed in Excel. Not what you want. Meanwhile, Jefferson has 93 acceleration. And then if you get to his speed is a 90, right? So that's typically what you want as your skill positions. You want at least around a 90 for speed and acceleration or higher. You don't want skill positions sitting back there in the 80s at all. I'm talking running back, wide receiver, your cornerbacks, anything like that. Even your safeties, you really don't want them to be in the 80s, typically right around a 90 as well. Whereas your wide receivers and your DBs, you want like a 92 or something like that. So this isn't bad though for Jefferson. Definitely an upgrade on Madden from NWI. Now, I know in real life there's a lot of NWI fans as he's gotten 9 touchdowns last year, which was his like breakout year. But now he's been replaced by Jefferson. Next, we got Dan Moore sitting there rocking the dark visor, looking like Taylor Lewine, just a little thicker version of him, right? But Dan Moore, if you look at his stats, he's sitting about a what we care about really is his pass blocking and his run blocking. Now, his pass blocking and run blocking are roughly the same. They're both sitting right around that 75 to an 80 range. So there's no big benefit to him when it comes to pass blocking or run blocking. It's all about the same average across the board with Dan Moore. But yeah, overall, though, for him, a 76. Next, Kevin Zettler, a 91 overall, basically zero swag whatsoever. But, it doesn't matter because he's a 91 overall. He's going to be the best offensive lineman on this team. And whenever you look at his stats, one thing you like to point out is that his pass blocking is outstanding. I mean, it's all about like around a 90. That's what you want to see. And then when it comes to his run blocking is basically the same as Dan Moore's, right? It's right around that 80 range. So it's a big difference between his pass blocking and run blocking, but it's really not a drop off in run block. It's not really a negative. I mean, he's just as good as Dan Moore that we picked up on like a 4-year deal to be our longtime left tackle. So you can't hate on it. So Zeeler right there at a 91. Next is Cody Barton, right? Middle linebacker, tons of swag, the double arm sleeves. I mean, he's got the wristbands, he's got the taped ankles. He's looking like one of the Madden created players you would do if you were to create yourself in Madden. But if we take a look at his stats, his speed and acceleration isn't that bad, right? Acceleration is 87, his speed an 86. Not that bad. Could be a little faster, but still not that bad for a middle linebacker. But the only thing is, when you're looking at his stats, is his coverage, right? His man coverage is sitting here at a 59, zone coverage at a 67. So if you're letting the CPU use your middle linebacker, which I know a lot of people use the middle linebacker. So if you're using them, it's not that bad. But if you plan on letting that CPU get them, if you're playing safety or you're playing that D lineman, yeah, good luck. He's not going to be able to match the running back, in the backfield, who probably has at least 90 speed, and he's sitting here in the 80s on speed and man coverage at a 59. Not a good combination for our middle linebacker right there. But next is Draymond Jones. Now, Draymond Jones, it's interesting because Madden has him listed as a left outside linebacker, even though he's more like a left end, right? He's an edge rusher. He's not going to be dropping back into coverage, but you got to love the swag he's got right here for Draymond Jones. That's what you want to see. Swag matters in Madden. You got to make sure they have the swag, but speed wise and acceleration pretty slow, right? Acceleration 78. Speed is a 75. Yeah, you don't want this man dropping back in coverage, right? He's basically just rushing the passer, or still just coming in trying to break up a run that's going to the outside. Because if you look at man coverage, 34 atrocious right there. I mean, you might as well not even have anyone on the field if you plan on dropping them back. And then zone coverage is a 48. So that's tough for Draymond Jones, but you got to use him to rush the passer. Next is the big offseason acquisition. We're talking Xavier Woods, 81 overall. Tons of swag all day. I mean, he got swag pieces all over his body, right? Definitely looking like a created character over there. Then if you look at his speed and acceleration, it's not bad considering he's a 31-year-old safety, right? Acceleration at a 90, his speed 89. It's right around that point you want to see it. I mean, 89 is a little slow, but it's only just a hair slower than you want. You typically want that 90 range. But look at him in the game right now. He's rocking number 31, Kevin Byard. And look, his catching, though, is a 78, so that's good, right? Kevin Byard, 78 catching. Hey, I'll take it. He's rocking the number. Let's get these INTs in Madden. The only issue, though, is his man coverage is 68. I know safeties typically don't play too much man coverage unless you're bringing some sort of DB blitz, and he has to end up taking a nickel wide receiver or a slot wide receiver, or taking like a tight end or a running back or something like that. But his zone coverage, though, is a 74. That's kind of low for your safety, your starting safety, to have his zone coverage at 74. But, not bad overall, though. 81 overall. Next is the punter, Johnny Hecker, right here. Zero swag whatsoever. But when it comes to your punters and your kicker, they're typically not going to have any. And all we really care about in their stats is their kick power and kick accuracy. So for accuracy is a 76, which isn't bad for a punter, right? You're just kind of getting it on the side of the field you want, right? You're not really trying to get it between goalposts or anything. But his kick power, even being like 35 years old, is still a 91. So that's pretty good considering we had Stonehouse, who's always in the 90s. He's, probably got one of the greatest legs in the NFL. But now we got Hecker, who has a pretty good leg, 91 overall. Hey, I'll take it. It's not much of a drop-off. It's just a big age gap difference right there. Last but not least is the guy we signed about an hour ago. We're talking Brandon Allen. He's only a 54 overall. That's a big drop-off from Mason Rudolph. Now, Mason Rudolph wasn't rated that high, right? He's like a 68 or 70, somewhere in that range. But now you got Brandon Allen, big drop-off over here to back up Will Levis. So if we don't draft Cam Ward or something, I mean, we're going next season with Will the Mayo Man Levis and Brandon Allen, which is going to be a tough sell for any fans. Now, when we look at his stats, though, he's going to be low across the board. This man's a 54 overall, right? His speed, a 71, not that fast. So, if you're trying to get out of trouble, good luck. His speed's a 75, acceleration 71. So, he's not Tom Brady slow, but he's still slow, But then if we look at his accuracy, not that good. Deep throw accuracy, a 70. Medium throw, a 69. Short throw, which is his best accuracy attribute, and it is a 78. So not good. A throw power, an 82. So you're not beaming the ball down the field. Throw under pressure, whenever that pressure gets in, which Tennessee Titans typically allow. Hopefully this O-line fixes it. But throw under pressure is only a 72, so get ready for your passes to, go into the dirt or something as that pressure is coming in your face. But anyway, just go ahead and let me know who you're most excited for to play with in Madden out of these 8 players down in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the What's Nation. And as always, tighten up, baby.